All right, so let's see what's going on here. Well, I hadn't turned my display back on, even though I had got everything else recorded and everything else set up and good to go. But the stream was, I had it set up to record an individual display thing, individual window. So I was recording footage for Twitter, which I don't even know why I do. It's not like I get a lot of traffic on Twitter. It's in my experience, if you're relying on Twitter to get the word out, well, word's not going out. No. Anyway, hello, welcome. I'm Imaginary Villain, and this is my continuation of working on Puppet Quest, which mostly consists of making Diablo in RPGMaker. You don't worry about why I'm doing it. I don't know. It's a project gone wrong, I guess, is the best way to describe it. So, where I left off, besides it full screening, which we don't want, was with working on the menu system. Though I did make a couple changes since the last stream for purposes of that video. So in the last stream, I actually set this up so that it would tell you what the abilities were, and you could change them, and it would use that key to actually, we'll put them on that list. I haven't actually set up the keys yet to make them work like that. I'll probably do that today. I also need to turn the music off for this so I don't have to hear two music on top of each other. Other than that, I did a little bit of tweaking to some of the balance of things, but nothing that's that exciting. Mostly changing numbers because I realized that in testing, when I fought against everything in the kitchen sink, some things were just so grossly powerful, and other things just kind of did nothing. Like I put the teddy bear boss in there, the Jack in the Box boss, and the Annie Bell boss, the giant doll, and yeah, the teddy doesn't really do very much, and the Annie Bell was just OP like crazy, and the Jack boss was annoying. They're gonna need some serious work to actually be that big of a threat, though, because the player can kind of run away. I really am questioning if the player should never be allowed to dash, like if it's just perpetually walking. Except for when using the little ghost form as the dash, like just a sudden burst of speed. But, I don't know. I guess I'll just make the game really fast. Very fast, yeah. I mean, it is kind of fun. It was kind of tedious spending like half an hour replaying the same little bit just to try to get a decent clip, but, listen. Actually, it might have been an hour. I kept on redoing various stats. Yeah, it's a thing that happened. So I think that I was going to use Eli button and common events to set up the bind the buttons to the keyboard and everything. I also found Eli Choice Manager, which basically the only thing it really matters that it did was it let me have a increased number of choices. I was going to use the VS one, but to do that, I have to remove Galv's one, message styles, and message styles makes it look really cool. I don't even know if the Vichy Stella one can even do that, but this is just a one and done solution, so I just went with that instead. So I have 89. Actually, let's just do this as button 1, and I'll set this up here. Actually, let's do them all here. Yeah, I think that's more effort than just clicking it in there. Yeah, I don't know why I had the other ones there. But it's pretty obvious that the number keys are the right choice for purposes of doing this, and not a bunch of these other options here that are just not so great. Let me figure out which events are even open. I kind of want them all together. so I don't have to look. I have all these weird little events everywhere, and I probably need to clean them up, to be honest, but I guess they're going to go down by these. I don't know. Is there anything to get rid of? I'm using those. I don't know why this projectile spawn location, does that even get used? Problem is I set this whole system up here with the without figuring that I would need to split it into common events for that other one to even work. Well, but I need 7 spaces. I don't need this event can pass thingy. So there's a couple spaces open. And I'm not going to use the Galv thingy for the Galv map projectile. I don't think it's where I need to be in life. I guess this will just be button 1. Actually, I can see this really quick and fast. Once again, I'm listening to random music to see if it's actually going to be useful for games, and there's just so much of it, and some of it's just real bad. Like this. This track is real bad. But it's also real short. I don't know why they bother to put tracks in there that are like only a few seconds long. That just seems insane to me. Like, okay, well, I guess it wasn't really over, so my bad for saying it's short, but yeah. Am I really just copy and pasting this in each of those? That might be the case. This might actually just be duplicated over and over and over. Because it's already set up to use whichever one is available, so it doesn't even care. There's probably a better way to do this. Actually, I know there's a better way to do this, and I probably should just make my own thing, but for now we'll go with whatever works plan here. After all, I want this game to have like a playable thing that you can mess with, but not be so not be so in depth that I'm working on it forever. Because honestly, I'd like to work on another project and let this one see if it even does well. I think we're gonna do like 1 through 5, and then I kind of want do I want them to move with the mouse, or do I want them to move with WSD? Because moving with the mouse, I think, doesn't even work that well, does it? Huh. Oh, wait, I actually don't need all this at all. Do I? Let's see, so I want to set this up. I don't think I need all these at all. I think I actually just needed the one. My bad. I'm trying to remember how I set up the system, which, you know, as anyone has pretty much discovered, I pretty much just have goldfish brain, so whenever I make something the next day, it's like I've totally forgotten and have to look it up again. It's like, oh yeah, I did that. This could be a function of simply programming at really awkward times, but it's just kind of the only time I have available, so I end up doing a lot of work during it. Especially for streaming, because I share an internet connection with my roommate, and you know, our upload is not that great, so if both of us are doing it, it's probably not going to work out too well. My upload's already just enough to get the job done, so I just wait for him to leave for work, and then I have free reign to stream for a while. And since he works nights, this is pretty much the time I got. Make certain all the numbers are correct here. So 95 through 101. Do I want those keys to, like, I guess I could do Q and E, right? I guess we'll. That would probably work. I think I'm actually just telling it to display the current spell too, so I might actually have to tweak that a bit so that it displays a letter of where it's seeing at. And we'll set this up 95 through 101. So let's add it to the thing here. The music is louder than I want it to be. It's not that bad of a track, honestly. But it's not that useful for what I'm doing, so, I mean, a bunch of cursed dolls isn't really gonna... Wait, I said 101, right? Once again, goldfish brain, don't question it, or do. So 95 to 101. Glad I checked, because I literally had it backwards. It happens, don't worry about it. I have my own mouse common events that I remembered I made a million years ago. It's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, so overwrite keys. I don't know if Q and E even do anything, did they? Oh, we'll find out when I click the button if it does something extra. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing that happened. That's a thing indeed. I don't want to have to make one of these plugins myself, so if, you know, this one works, I'm just down to do it. Plus, I mean, I've already got his base plugin running, so it's not like it hurts to add an extra one of these plugins from him. I'm usually kind of against base plugins like that, because a lot of times you get a bunch of extra code that you don't really want to be running. I mean, RM doesn't really do well with overloading it more than you have to. So I spend a lot of time optimizing just so the thing can even, you know, run any of this. So yeah, I'm usually kind of against adding people's random extra plugins if I can avoid it, which is why I made most of the plugins that I use. There are some ones I didn't make, like I didn't make a camera control plugin or something, but I kind of didn't really want to. Just kind of, I don't know a whole lot about the camera system for it. I could figure it out. I mean, once you understand JavaScript, you can just look at the code and figure it out, but I'd rather actually make a game instead of make a system behind it, which is something I've learned kind of the hard way, I think is the best way to put it. Like I got really excited and made this whole other system behind it that you've seen in this thing, in these videos, and it's like, imagine if I hadn't done that, how much game dev I could have done in the process. But I didn't. Instead I made that, and I've made a bunch of versions. Some of the earliest versions will look exactly like you'd expect RPGMaker to look. Apparently I also had this set on private, so anyone watching will probably discover this later. Yeah. Alright, so now it's set on public. Woohoo. I really should do that more often, double check that. So anyone who just stepped in here because I just went, you know, public on it, sorry for that. welcome to the stream. Feel free to go back and see where I was, the recap on what I did. Right now, we're just setting up button comment events with Eli's wonderful plugin here. I'm going to test and see if it does what it's, if my coding does what it's supposed to. Oh. It says I need Eli's comment events thingy. Cool. Because I don't have the best one or something. I don't know. I'm also going to move everything out of my downloads so that if it shows up on the screen, it won't affect anything. Last time I had personal information there and I had to blank it out in the previous stream. It's not the best. I don't really want to... Oh, look, I could name my own price on the extra plugin that's, you know, required. No. No, you don't get to make an extra plugin that I have to run and then charge me for that one. Would likely pay for the main plugin, sure, but just a little side plugin that I'm forced to run to use any of your plugins? No. Alright. I have no idea why it suddenly required the better version of that plugin when I've done a whole bunch of testing. Oh wait, nice update. It worked before I put the better version in. Why? Why was that a thing? Stupid. Okay. Well, let's get the updated version of button comment events, I guess. Or maybe this is just not something that's going to happen. Maybe I'm just not going to run this thing. Funny part is this is the one I actually talked to him about potentially fixing, so I uncovered a bunch of bugs to show him. And here we are. Some of these music tracks sound the same. I kind of feel like I got gypped when I bought those Humble Bundles because I haven't really listened to them all now, and there's just a bunch of tracks that are the same track with just slight variations. Name my own price. Well, so far it doesn't even work, so... How about $0 until I know for certain this plugin even works? That seems fair. I figure I'll go back through and throw money at all the people whose plugins I'm actually using, assuming the game ever makes any money. Just give money towards these things. Oh, nice. Cool. Good system there. Let's double check and see if it's that one. Let's see. I put his book on there. I will remove that one and then add it again. Though I don't think it makes any real difference to do this. I'm pretty certain it's just using the most recent version, but it doesn't update the information on it. Let's move that higher than this one. Oh, nope. Anime is not defined. Tell me he didn't name a global variable anime. That'd be terrible. Okay, well, let's test the theory here. Let's see if that's the culprit. Because if that's the culprit, well, then I'll deal with it later. Oh, his latest one doesn't work right. I just got the latest version of all three of his plugins thinking that it was a thing. Apparently the updated version is kind of garbage. Got it. Cool. Alright. Let's do an experiment here if I can move down to the bottom here. We'll attempt to move to the bottom. And this one too. Thought I missed my choices thing. Nope. Same issue. See, this is why I don't like using other people's plugins very much. I guess I could use the VS plugin. Ugh. I'll have to figure out how to emulate the Galv's map, the Galv's stuff if I do that. Like the look of it, because the look of it is cool. I think VS allows you to have small windows above the players, but it doesn't look as cool. What's the problem I have with it? Huh, that's a shame. I do have the latest version of the Eli book. It's 85 days ago. Yeah, I downloaded it previously, so it's kind of problematic. We'll see if it's Choice Manager that does it. It might be. Because the plugin I was actually more interested in was the button comment events, and it is Choice Manager. Okay, well, maybe that does put me on the VS plan. Because changing a couple references to showing the character seems a lot better to me than doing the others. I'm usually reticent to use their plugins, not because I dislike them, but because it's hard to edit their code because it's all obfuscated. So if there's an incompatibility, then it just makes their plugin unusable. And that happens a lot. I'm not going to lie, it really does. They have a lot of compatibility problems. And their things are huge, and I usually only want like one tiny little feature somewhere in it, so it seems almost dumb to use it, basically. It's just like this, such an overwhelming amount of code for such a tiny feature that's probably changing 2 or 3 functions. But I'm not looking to do that research right now. As exciting as it is to do that, I just need to make a quick test for, I believe, this character here will get the job done. I wonder if it just... What's the command for using this one here? Huh. We'll try 0, because a lot of people like to use 0 as the main thing that it's on, but I get the sneaking suspicion that it's probably written somewhere in their thing. That might be the reason I want to use it. I don't want to read the giant help file. It's actually easier to read them inside of VS Code, by the way. So I usually open them up in this so I can just look. What's a text code? I'm going to see if I just guessed right first before I go to all the trouble to try to find their... go through that like novel of a help file there, which just doesn't even sound that fun to me. But I'm already using their save thingy, so I should probably they're saving their options thingy, so I'm already using their main base plugin. So okay, you can't do that. You know, I didn't know what they were letting me use. Now I know. I have to reference it some other way. And of course, their thingy isn't terribly clear on. Not terribly clear on what you're supposed to use for that. Yeah, it would help if they listed what they use for X there, since I don't think I can use this _event ID. But you know, I'm going to test that, just in case that's actually a usable thing. I can't imagine that's what they're looking for. They're probably looking for exactly the real thing there. Which also might be why I don't really use their thing all that often, because... I usually don't always know the event IDs in advance, so having that information in advance makes their stuff just not very handy. And it would be something that I could easily edit in their plugin if it wasn't obfuscated. So this might turn into a scenario where I just dump this on the side for the moment and come back to it. Or just report to Eli that his thing says undefined. Okay, I can't get away with that. I was hoping. Alright, well. That is unexciting to me. Yes. I wish they provided an example that said what you could use. But sadly, they did not. In all this help, nice. Alright, well. That is awkward. Alright, well this is something that is way too boring to do right now. So, what we're going to do is just simply remove it. Actually, whatever, it's just staying. And then I'm going to borrow the code from this one. Since this one has I like Gal's stuff. It's just so much more efficient and it uses so much less resources that if you can use his stuff, it's way better. But unfortunately, he didn't really make all that many plugins for MZ, so I guess you could try to use some of the other ones for MB. And I haven't tested them. Some of the ones might actually be good. But, whatever. We'll stick with that. I'm going to look for his old choice version from a previous version because I have backup versions of my game, and the previous version did work. And then I'll probably hit him up with the issue later. Okay, so we copy that from there. Oh, nope, that is the current version. I don't want the current version, I want the old version. I would show all the files and everything on my computer, but that's probably not the best choice. Like I say, I don't tend to remove all the personal information from places as much as I need to, so I don't like to show any of the stuff on there of my files. Placing this Eli book there. All I'm doing is just grabbing an old version of Eli book and putting it on here. Alright. And then we'll enable it. It's literally asking you for Eli book 5.0.9 or higher. It's like I have a bum version of his multiple choice thingy. Ugh. I'm this close to doing the coding myself. Message choice, I guess is what it's called. I already forgot the name of the plugin I'm using. Choice Manager, there we go. Eli Choice Manager. Okay. Oh, there we go. This is technically the free version of this thing. This is exactly what you want to see. Unsupported, unsupported, unsupported. If memory serves, this is actually the one I downloaded. I'm not paying $20 for something that's breaking. That's crazy town. Well, let's just download that version again. Actually, no, I'm going to go with one of the unsupported other ones because it might work better. I'm just going to be that guy. I don't know why it suddenly decided I needed this new, like, updated version. Seeing as how, it was literally running earlier. Maybe that's some built-in thing that checks to see if it's updated or something. Hopefully I can disable that. That's just not what I want. What a dumb message. It's literally asking for the better version of... It has to be better than 5.0.9 for the Eli book here. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is 5.4.3. This is so far beyond 5.0.9. Weird, man. Weird. All right, well. We're just going to leave the 7th choice off temporarily. I don't even have a 7th ability yet. And then I'm probably going to figure out how to use VS Message Core and just kick this one to the curb. You know, I just needed this cut in common events. So, you know, it's fine. It's all good. We're all about quick solutions. Okay, it's now still asking for the Eli common thingy. Whew. All right, well, let me just go ahead and fix the problem. I will find a different solution. It's fine. I can't figure out that it has I have the better version of his own plugin, so I'll have to like test it. I don't want to do that. So, that plan is now temporarily scrapped. Offsetting the keys for the right ones there, but I can actually go and I can manually do that, right? I'm pretty certain I can manually do it pretty easy. And I'm not going to let them sit there and restructure all their key things on this, because let's be real here. You know, I want to have this done sooner rather than later, so... Nah, Key Mapper won't do that. I'll have to actually do it the other way, I think. Because the way they programmed it, I'll have to do something different. Okay, whatever. That is scrapped. Let's work on enemies instead, because I wasted enough time looking at a plugin, especially on stream of all places, which is just boring. Nobody really wants to watch that. Alright, so... this Teddy boss is boring. It kind of derps around. It doesn't really do a lot. I almost want it to be more like the Assassin Teddy or something, or the Shadow Teddy. Or just sit there and borrow abilities from all of them. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and straight up liberate. Or does this have the frozen graphics set up to and everything for Teddy? What have I copied for this? Okay, I do have that. Okay. So it's just the attack system. Sure. Always remember to sit there and... well, one, turn this music down a little bit. It's like blaring in my ears. To just copy and paste as much as you can, because, you know, if you do that, you won't have to continuously type things. I think I'm just going to copy the full code here. Oh, did I have the movement and that in here? I think I might. Oh yeah, I gave it attack patterns too in there. Okay. So here's the first attack it's going to have. I think these are all listed under there, so I think I only need this part here. It return towards the player and does this. And it's a range of 200. So let's do this at the top here. And then we will do, it'll make a strike if it's close to the player. I'm just going to put the same strike in multiple times for now until I come up with other options for it. Maybe I'll leave 2 in there just so it might move away from the player too, potentially. Sure. But then at a distance, the little Shadow Teddy has a leap. I almost don't think the movement should be separate at all, but I guess there is a can pass check here. Okay, so I might actually just make it all a little less like that, a little more interesting, I guess. Maybe I could double jump towards the player. I haven't made extra attacks, but I need to animate other attacks if I'm going to do that. This is kind of, it's a movement thing here. It makes sense that the enemies have a similar thing to of the boss to have a bunch of the abilities of the individual enemies, just all of them. It's more interesting that way, I guess. Also, not got to make up a bunch of crazy abilities here that just, you know, yeah. Don't exactly have that many abilities to sign up for these yet, but I don't think this boss is going to summon anything necessarily. I don't think the regular Teddy had anything special it did either. I don't think I mean this moves towards players. Oh, I remember that Teddy actually has a relocate that it does. So it teleports much faster towards the player. Let's just see what this does. Let's see here. Acceptable. And then you know, I usually keep all these things thinking that maybe I might use them later, but I think I might just do a new strategy. I realize there's like thousands of songs here at this point. Whenever I don't like a song or I'm not going to use a song, I should just delete it because I can always get them back from the Humble Bundle if I want. Oh, which one's the Teddy boss? I don't even remember. He spawns in... I have it set here. The Teddy boss is supposed to be 34, first of all. And he spawns in Attic 4. Is Attic 4 the one with the broken minion? I have these voodoo dolls that spin and they put like their they have needles sticking out of their like hands, but there's some sort of error with how the animation is handled that causes it to crash the game. So they have been summarily cut until I figure out what's causing that. And I'm not in that big of a hurry. I have enough enemies for a prototype. Oh, I forgot to turn the music off there. Well, I don't want to hear both at the same time, so right off the bat I'm going to switch to this anyway. The teddies are some of the most complete enemies around, though the explosion on those teddies is pretty bad. I got rid of the boss summoning text. I wanted to do something cool for that, but maybe I just don't tell the player the boss is summoned and just the boss shows up. Because that seems like not the worst choice. Where's the boss? We be looking for the boss, who should already be out. Did it error? It might have. But why would it error? When I was already using the same boss thing previously, earlier today, for that video I posted. That's unusual. I know it's the right version because I am starting way over on the side there and I intentionally moved the character closer to the entrance to the area for the testing. Where the game became so much harder intentionally. I literally just upped the difficulty on the game immensely. There he is. He's caught. Stupid. But he teleports away anyway, so even if he gets caught somewhere, it doesn't really matter that much. First of all, he's not even hitting the player. Okay. There's a lot wrong with this enemy. Alright, well, let's see what's going on here. It's just supposed to spawn this. So what we're going to do is I want to see where it's dropping these. So I'll make little fires so I can see where it's at. I don't need this, do I? Because it's not using the self-variable setup, am I? It was a system where I tried to make the thing so much more expandable, you know, and could use it for so many different things, and in the process made it so complicated that it just became kind of unnecessary. It's just like, okay, why would you do it that way? You could just make it not that way, and it would be better. And I really think the streaming thing here is, you know, making a big difference because, you know, if I hadn't been streaming, I would probably still be sitting there screwing with those stupid plugins trying to figure out what's causing the problem and then contacting him, and the entire night would be wasted on that garbage instead of just working on the game. Oh, the exploding teddy is exploding too close. Like the damage on it's too big. Okay, so it does the explosion timer here. And then it spawns 142. Which is a clown explosion. Which is nothing special here. I might make a second one for him. So the exploding teddy has his own. Berserker Teddy explosion. In case I want to make it special. And that was event 246. So, actually, 246. And then, let's see here. What's the distance on the clown explode? 140? Okay. So what needs to really happen on this thing here is it was damaging the player just all the time. And that is not okay. It's not supposed to damage player all the time. You should be able to dodge it, so. Yeah, I don't need all those. I could just do this. Just blows himself to bits. Let's toggle skip on that. Okay. I'll test that later, but I already forgot it once, so I'm doing it now. I need more destroyables that show up just so it can be a little more cool like that. This tag is super effective. You just got to lure enemies back into it, I found. You just drop it and it just murders things. I need to get lightning strikes for it too, but I haven't done that yet. Once again, the teddy's not really spawning, is it? The little mini teddies are pretty obnoxious. That's true. You see one of the exploding teddies, yep, where it just damages you anyway, even though it's not supposed to. But I haven't reloaded, so the code's going to obviously be the old code, so I'm not worried about it. That's the second time this enemy hasn't spawned on this level, but the question is why? Huh. That's a little weird. I think there's an issue with my boss code, but I've never seen this issue come up before, though, and it's already spawned this boss previously. So this is event 34. It's just a night of troubles, but hey, those happen, so, you know. It's what we do when we see those troubles that makes a difference. If you just decide to make another game, then you'll never finish the game. But if you keep struggling on, you'll probably still never finish the game, but at least you will only have one game that you didn't finish, so you'll feel a little bit better about yourself. It's important. It's all about feeling good about yourself. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm learning that YouTube doesn't actually tell you when the chat messages happen, or at least like afterwards you can't see any chat messages. So if you don't check it during the stream, you won't even see them ever. Because there was like 2 random chat messages in the middle of like a 4-hour stream, and I didn't notice. And seeing as how I don't exactly get a lot of chat messages, that's pretty awkward. Um, huh. Okay, I think that this should actually be done a little differently here. But it needs to be done differently in that actually I'm just going to copy this and save myself all the additional. I guess he's just say attack type. Yeah, whatever. Let's get rid of the else on this. I'm gonna put all the moves up here, and then I'm just gonna give him a couple attacks or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the attacks, but okay. So one of the options is to simply move towards the player. Well, wait a second here. I mean, I guess I really haven't seen him too much in action. Oh, there's lots of extra worthless code in here. That explains a lot, actually. Well, temporarily, we're just going to put this in here, so it'll just random into one of them, I guess. I thought I was going to do different movements here, but yeah, we'll do this. I just want the code in place so that I can work on that here, and then if this is this an else on that maybe? I don't think this even needs an else because it's not going to do any kind of weird things like that. I think you only need one else here. This duplicate 1000 thingy is probably a bit nuts. Yeah. Trying to make it a little too complicated, I think. And this could just have the else. I almost feel like there should be just the there should actually be something that's up here. So if the enemy's farther from the player, it does that. And then here it just does attacks. I didn't really design a lot of attacks for old Teddy here. Well, let's see. Hmm. And then We're just going to teach it all these fun abilities. And then just maybe give a couple attacks. I don't think it quite needs all these. It'll move towards the player on 2 of the options, so 50% of the time. There's a better way to do that, but whatever. And if it's not, it'll turn towards the player and start jumping at them to get there faster. But I'm going to make it closer than that, because this one's supposed to get to a certain distance and then start firing, whereas I want the Teddy to get in close and start swinging. I'm not really going to have any other attack types there, and I'm just going to reduce this number. I'm just setting up random tickers to this way. Not tickers, I mean random variables that just decide which action happens. We've seen the end of the other streamers. You've seen I've done this many, many times, but I don't think this has an else. I don't have a long range attack yet, so I might make one. Maybe he'll throw his sword at them, like a boomerang. That's actually not a bad idea. Oh, I haven't rendered the sword by itself. Yes, I don't think I have. Let's see if I have that graphic available. Last time I opened Daz in a stream, it crashed the stream, so I'm not looking forward to opening Daz again. I need to do some testing to see if I can make Daz work. Because otherwise, it'll just be that thing I do off stream. Did I have an item for it? Maybe toy sword anywhere? Anybody? I don't think I do. All right, well, let's do a quick test here. The test is, will Daz crash it? Maybe. Daz is not work safe 99% of the time. Like, it just shows you all manner of things that just aren't good. Yeah, because all the models are nudes, so yeah, it's kind of not the best. Let's see if it crashes stream or not. Looks like it's still streaming, so that's something. Double check here. Excellent connection. Maybe. Actually, last time this crashes, I went for like half an hour before realizing it had crashed it, and I was like, oh, well, I feel stupid. Nope, still going. All right, so the plan is to do a quick render. This will not take long. Just need to focus on the foam sword here and make a. I'm just doing this here, as you can see. The foam sword is obviously work safe. It's not going to cause a problem. I'm going to render it in a 1-for-1, probably at 30 to 300. I like 300, I guess. And then foam sword. And we just click render. Cool. Move the save thingy off just in case. Nice. All right, let me double check and make certain I have my foam sword. Actually, I probably should do a 2.5D version of that, shouldn't I? Let me get the right camera. I'd love to show all this on stream, but it's just real questionable. Real questionable indeed. I don't even know how the company itself does it, because I know they do live streams, but so was it like a adults only live stream? Because that's pretty much what dads would be like on live stream. That seems terrible. But whatevs. I don't know. I ain't judging. I mean, I'm judging, but I'm not judging. Okay, I'm judging. 100% judgment is happening this day. They know what they did. I'm just tweaking it so it's more of a 2.5D setup. Um, we rotating. We rotating. We setting it on filament so it works way faster. Yes, we are. Look at how much faster that works. Perfect. I think like that'll be fine. And then I'm gonna migrate it to the center of the thing a little better. Zoom it a bit. And then we'll call this 2.5 version. Cool. And now I have a sword graphic. So I'm just going to go grab that from the files here. I'll keep both just in case I want to use them. I don't know if I will. Good old Daz and the off stream there. Nice. And this is, of course, what I have come up with. And also put the music back on. There we go. So now a particle for that. Let me pull the particle maker up here. Get my particles up. I usually start with a particle just to make it easy. And I'm pretty certain just the normal projectile one will be fine because I'm just going to have it spinning the sword. It's called normal projectile. Just a normal attack. Same picture, but totally different behaviors. Makes it look all cool. So what I'm doing here is just you just take whatever pictures you want, you toss them in there, and then you tweak these settings, and it'll do all kinds of fun stuff with the images. Now it looks like actually kind of cool. Huh. What if it wasn't red? Huh, it's a little like Ginsu knife just... what if it didn't spin, though? That'd be cool, actually, if it was just facing the right direction every time, but it does not work like that. Yeah, if I move one for each direction. That was like it's just basic attack it did. That'd be pretty cool. It's like rapid stab there. Nice. No rotation. Actually, no. No. Let me get rid of this crappy little fog thing. Oh, there was like a shuriken now. It's like. Oof. Huh. That's not too bad. Just a generic projectile thing. What's the other option to be a little better? No, I like the white better, way better. What if we just... Huh. Be kind of small for the big teddy, though. That's the ring. What if I did point? That's crazy looking. Like it's just like a really weird bird, or like a dragonfly or something, or maybe just an angry squid with like a mouth there and its tongue sticking out, like at the very end here, like with like yellow wings at the back. Sure, why not? It doesn't rotate for very long, does it? It's because the life on it isn't very long either. Make the life 1 on it. That's probably a lot better, actually. So it just looks like a sword just chasing after you, and then it just, I guess, goes back to him. I wonder if a negative version would be better. Yeah, actually, it's more like the blades coming out to hit him from the, assuming they threw it from their right hand, which would probably be fine. All right, let's heady sword throw. All right, so we just put this in the particle folder here. We go to pop request. And we go to particle emitter, which was right here. Huh. Okay, so that's a thing. And then I'm going to close up Daz just to make certain that it doesn't crash the stream or anything. Okay. So we have that, and then I guess we're going to copy a projectile of, I guess one of the jack projectiles will work fine. The name of the particle again, because I'm way too lazy to type it. It is called this. And foam sword. Did I use a 2D for that? I don't know which I used. I might have used the 2D version. No, it looks like the 2.5D version. 2.5D. But you can't write 2.5D in there because, well, that would be an extra period in there and it would get confused. All right, so Eddie sword throw. What does projectile 2 even do? See page 2, and let's go with my code for what MVC page 2 does. I don't need this, I don't need this. Page 2. Hey, I need to keep all these open so I can just start deleting them. That might just be what I do now. Just every time one of them just sucks, I just delete it until the very end where I only have like maybe 50 songs that I'll ever use in a game. Because you're not going to use more than 50 songs probably in the next 2 games, maybe even 3. Um, or probably aren't going to. So lifetime was the variable used for this. But there is no lifetime thing in there. Maybe I just have it default set in there. I don't know. Weird. It doesn't really matter. 247. So let's borrow the code to spawn 247. So must relocate, blah, blah, blah. Make him a cool attack here. This will be else. I'm going to borrow the same action here. Basically, this just times with the animation already. I already figured it out, so I don't have to do it again. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some changing here. This is not music I'm ever going to use in any of my games, and if I need it, I'll go grab it from Humble again. Same with the Dark Fantasy Studio stuff, like the best use I've got from it is just putting it in the background for YouTube videos. That's not that great. We actually swing a little too fast. Actually, that one didn't even bother to explode. I need to figure that out, why sometimes it destroys the image, but not the actual thing. That's going to be an interesting task. I remember why I spent a lot of time doing it last time. There he is. Oh, he thought it was a ha. I wish I could just equip swords to him or something like that, so the Big Teddy could have like 2 swords. That'd be sweet. Where'd you go, Big Teddy? Oh, Little Teddy's, which is crazy. Okay, he just fires his projectile every chance he gets. He doesn't even care. He's like, nah, I don't care, fam. It's all good. 247, I forgot to change it. Should have just copied this one. That one's way faster. I think I'll speed this one up too. Oof. Oh wait, I didn't check for something very important here. That's why he was just always doing this. Let's see. Okay. I swear this song is played 400 times now. And it kind of sucks. So the new strategy really is just to play music and then kind of delete it as I go. Like, or maybe I'll just save the few I actually like. Because I'm only going to pick music for both art and Poppet Quest. Everything else I don't even care about. Oh, I've listened to that twice. Yeah, there's just no point. Like, I don't care about those. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna fix that. It's driving me nuts. Some of these things are like, if you want to make your own music or something, it just seems ridiculous to me. I actually have better. Wait. Let's go down these ones first. Because I want to keep that one already. And then delete all these. And I'm just going to go down each track. And I'm going to let it play in order. So this way I don't have to try to guess if I want something. And if I don't like it, I'll just delete it. So much easier. Also, for some reason, they have them listed as both seamless and non-seamless ones in there. But they alternate, so it's kind of annoying to just toss them all in there. Okay, well, this one sucks. I'm gonna make a folder for ones I want to keep too, so I can just drag and go, so I don't keep listening to the same awful tracks over and over and over. That's definitely something that's happened a lot in these streams, and you know, with no one currently watching anyway at the moment, I got a moment to really figure this out. Where's the new folder? Music that doesn't suck. Oh, OBS disconnected then reconnected. Nice. That's interesting. I'm still live, right? Let's see. Guess so. Fair enough. There needs to be a limit on how often these actions happen, I think, too. So I just need the action ticker the whole time. It has a lot of effort to try to get the action ticker in there. I did just copy paste it, right? Let's see. Yeah, LSIF 800. Oh, it's just a catastrophe. I'm just going to go ahead and fix it. It's a night of errors, basically. Just all kinds of errors tonight. All sorts of fun. Oh, nope. I want to do it that way. We're using the built-in stuff for now. And then... I'll need another conditional branch here. Always put your script things here. It's so much easier. That's not really true, but, you know, it's much better than having to type it into their system. Honestly, I should just put it in plugins themselves, but, whatever. Don't wanna. I usually prefer to make things work first. Also, you can't use move routes in the plugins easily. Like, it can be done, but the problem is that it has to, everything tries to execute in one frame, and a move route doesn't happen in one frame, so it basically doesn't work without extensive effort to make it so. It's just not really worth it when I could just use move routes built in. Oops. Weird. Okay, well, he has a cool little attack, I guess. It's not that great, but... well, I think you should actually do this more often anyway. Why is it playing it like twice? Why do these all sound like the same track half the time? Okay, well. Anyway. I don't think it even needs to be a thing. I'm just gonna have it as a random movement things there, and he's just going to have an option to potentially jump towards the player. As this one here. And on 900, it literally just teleports near the player. And if fails, he does collision behavior. And then we check this as the base event, and if the player, if it's beyond there, then it does this. But only if it's within 800. Huh. I see. This does have an excellent connection. Not too bad from it disconnecting earlier, huh? Huh. And once again, I forgot to turn the music off. I need to do that next. Is it because you're trapped in that little one? Now he's moving. But he got caught up in a thing where he just sits there and starts shooting. He doesn't even stop. See a flaw in my logic here. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to turn down the game music, but only way I have to do that is on the title screen here. Because, yeah, that's annoying. Ah, much better. Hearing the same tracks every 5 seconds is really not what I want to do. I admit I'm getting a little tired of them after a while. Okay, not that these are any better. Alright, so let's make this number much bigger. I don't want to doing it all the time. I really underestimate just how fast that is, but the reality is 60 of that is 1 second, so that's not exactly very long. Huh. That cut seems to happen quite a bit, where it destroys the image, but it doesn't do that. It makes me wonder why. I'll have to look into that. Oh, that's right. If you're right next to the thing, it won't hit him. Because it spawns a little bit away from the player. Where's the big teddy? I can see a definite problem here with Big Teddy here. I'm going to have to do a bug crushing thing. I'm not sure if it's on the stream or not, though. It's kind of boring to watch someone crush bugs, but maybe. It looks like the Teddy boss doesn't spawn all the time. Huh. That is very unusual. Hmm. Actually, I just need these anyway to trigger the boss. Whoa. Teddy's angry. Oh, wait. Let me kill these other ones and see why. Okay, so I haven't even seen this one spawn. Let's put a longer wait on. I want to see if it stays. Let me get a little bigger. I swear it's just looping this crap instead of looping one song instead of actually going to the next one. I can't stand hearing that same track over and over and over and over. It's horrible. Okay, well, it does the attack. Well, let me see if it spawns. I want to see if it's just missing the player. Because the Teddy boss is much bigger than the little Teddies, who have no problem hitting me because they're using the same method, but I just got to get the distance figured out. Because right now I'm just spawning in an event that checks to the players within a certain range of it. If it does, it triggers the damage. and it spawns it right into the player, so they have a certain amount of time to move before it would hurt them. And if it doesn't hit the check, then it just destroys itself and moves on like so. Invisible events everywhere to do everything. God, I think he stuck to his foot. Oh my god, he came out of the bathroom or something. Oh gosh. Terrifying. Bathroom Teddy is the new Teddy of champions. Do not question Bathroom Teddy. Kind of gross. Can you hit me, Bathroom Teddy? I think it needs to be farther. Well, he spawns 200, but it doesn't hit the player unless it's like 20 close for that. That's terrible. I want it to be even numbers, so. The new Teddy's much scarier. Okay, it needs to be faster, first of all. How fast is this one? This is 20 seconds? A lot faster, so it just triggers. How does those work? They just do 10, 20, 60. Yep, same. Why is it looping the same song? I don't know. It's maybe better to point and click adventure and not having all this combat. Maybe I'll make art into one of those instead, or maybe I'll just recycle code and build it off of that. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of fun, but it does get. I had to play like an hour of it earlier just to get good footage, so. I admit that I'm kind of tested out today. They get stuck on each other. It's a problem with the hop, I think. It really feels like the Teddy swings much farther than that, so I almost kind of want to knock it up a little. Because the Teddy's pretty big. Oops. Probably should design these one at a time. know, it really only needs one of these. Who am I kidding? One second here. There's no wait for this one swinging, right? It's just 10 seconds to swing. So yeah, why do I have this 40-second wait, or say 40 frame wait here? Like, what does that really do? And why am I randoming all these abilities when in reality, I'm probably not going to use all of them. Now I don't have to change it every 5 seconds, and change a whole bunch of them. I just change one. And later on, if I decide I want to add more, I can easily add more. I can also add a thing if the boss's health is below a certain amount to do other weird attacks, but I'm starting to see just how much in depth it is to code all these little behaviors and everything for these bosses. And just think of Diablo and the hundreds of enemies and how long that must have taken. Horrible. Can't even imagine doing it like that many enemies. I mean, it's fun to do, but gosh, the awesome amount of work. Now he actually hits. That's good. Like, if you're not blocking, then, you know, you just get hit. Because I don't want this them being able to dodge too easy. If the enemy has to get all the way up to you, then you already had a lot of time to dodge. The hop might be a problem because it makes it where the colliders land on each other. With distance calculations, it wasn't so bad, but with the collider system, that's less good. I'm going to take a brief restroom break, and then I'm going to figure out what to do with that. Yeah, be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, depending on what I'm going to do here with this. Had a duplicate thing there. Not the best. Not the best at all. Nope. I don't really want to make more animations for these characters yet, because I really just want to release something for people to play with. So I just want it to be, I guess, playable. Honestly, I really should have just had a couple playable levels people mess with, or just an endless randomizer with no real goal. Yeah. Maybe the jump is just not something that I should be doing. Actually. I'm thinking, what if the boss just teleports off the location? It won't help with the little mini enemies, but that's fine. I need a better behavior pattern for that if I'm going to use the hop thing, or something to test to see if it's even safe to make the hop before they make it. Teddy's uber ninja now. God help you if you block off Teddy. Well, that's evil. Oh, wow. He almost doesn't even need a projectile if he's just his own projectile like that. That's crazy. There probably needs to be a way. It's too fast. Like, he's just freaking ninja every time he does anything. You can make his health where it's, if it's lower, he gets even harder to deal with. I don't know with the spirit mode thingy, it's kind of... I almost want it to recharge faster, but I want him to have less of it. So I think there needs to be a ticker on Teddy's relocate, because, to be honest, he's like impossible to hit. So if he can't move, let's give him a second before he decides to do something else. Yeah. If it wasn't for the move routes, I would just put all of this in a plugin and it'd be so much easier to read. Oh my gosh. But listen, Move routes and wait times. The only reason I still put anything in RM, otherwise I would just put everything in plugins, because it's just so much more efficient and so much easier to type things out. I would kill for them to put a better script command into RM. Honestly, there's a lot of things. They should just let me give them a list of all the things that, you know, are basic necessities. Before we even talk about really cool features, how about just the basics? I will still endlessly mock them for not having self variables. I will endlessly mock them for not having a switch command. You know how many if statements a switch command saves? Oh my gosh. You could have one switch command that's any number of if statements. Also, why is it limited to 6 choices? What's that? That's weird. Why doesn't it just have a built-in scroll option? I mean, if VS could make this happen, why can't, you know, the people at RM do it? So many little features. And sure, it's cool that VS makes them, but then we don't get to do it in the editor. Like, it'd be so much neater if you could just write your choices in there instead of having to have like multiple, you know, choice commands set up. Because it's arbitrarily restricted to 6. And I checked the code, there's nowhere in the code to allow you to change that, because in the editor's code is not editable. So the JavaScript has no option for that. Sometimes they just restrict it in that, but no such luck. So I see why they're linking the commands like that, but they shouldn't have to. That should be a feature that they should have added by now. It's almost like the Teddy's not even coming near me. Oh, never mind. He just shows up and just slugs me. He's like, what? I'll show you who isn't coming near you. Look at that stuff. Teddy just cheated me there. Hey, the Teddy's actually a little brutal. I'll probably have to balance his damage and everything too, but he's a lot more terrifying now. Yeah, he is real terrifying now. Maybe too terrifying, to be completely honest, because I have a hard time even hitting him. It seems like his movement's just too fast. But this shouldn't even happen that often, and yet it does. I don't think the Berserker dash towards the player even has the option for that, does it? I think I'm going to not do this method here of recycling, because I almost want the things to be a little more unique, and it's kind of hard to keep track of what movements each one's doing. But I guess they can recycle them a bit. I don't know. Do I want to recycle all their movements? The thing I didn't even think about is that you actually have to write your enemies with a plan. Like, your enemy has a plan of how it's going to fight. And I never really thought about that. Listen, I'm an art guy who happens to pretend to code and doesn't even pretend to write. So when it comes to art, I'm good to go. When it comes to all this other stuff, I'm coming up with methods that get the job done. I think that hop is just a little too often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have misfires, where he intentionally doesn't do an action as often. He just skips the action. But only be 33% of the time. So when he does show up, he just goes crazy. It almost feels unfair. On the other hand, Pop, it's pretty quick, so not as quick as Miranda and Art, who's just stupidly quick. But, you know, she's pretty quick. puppet has to actually stand her ground and fight, which is why she's nowhere near as ridiculous as Miranda is, who just gets to run away the whole time. When your entire strategy is to try to get them to follow you along the same path, and you're always just have your back to them, it really changes how combat plays out. I'm not even trying to balance her combat. It's so weird. Once I have this going, I'll see about making that a thing. See what a threat he is. Pretty threatening. I missed. Is her projectile just really tiny? Is that the problem? It's not tiny. Oh yeah, Teddy's mean. But I'm not sure if I can even land attacks on him is the problem I'm having here. Like, you almost had to trap Teddy, which is weird because it's a melee character. You should be able to land attacks on Teddy. But I should be able to land the base attack on him. If I can't land the base attack on him, that's kind of a problem. He just rapids it. He doesn't even wait. He just goes crazy. They are pretty brutal. God, they're almost too brutal. There's a little jerks there just going crazy. This doesn't hurt me, right? Maybe it does. Oh. Yeah, he just hits hard. Okay, well, what I'm seeing here is the Teddies are too mean, or Poppet needs to get way stronger. And I think a lot of it comes down to that hop. Triggers so fast. So let's do an action ticker here. Well, this still has towards a player, and then it's just random. It's a 1 in 6, but I guess it just triggers so often. I don't really want it to trigger that often, so maybe we'll do like 1 in like 20 or something for these ones here. Or are they all making use of this? This only moves towards players, so it should be fine. And then the explosive one, I think, doesn't even do that, does it? Yeah, that's the only hopper. Okay. Ah, yes, looking over at the chat room. There's never anything in the chat room for RPGMaker. It's just almost completely devoid of anything but, well, me, I guess. Huh. For a brief moment, there were 3 different thingies. Okay, it's concurrent. Okay, I thought there was the option to. I thought it was actually a chat message, which I missed 2 of them last time, and much to my annoyance, you can't actually go back and look because YouTube just doesn't save them, and that's just crazy. Like, really? That's just weird. Pretty much weird. I see why there's they say it's not like the best streaming thing, but the thing is you get more views on here because discovery on Twitch is, I guess, terrible, from what I've been told. I guess I might be the only person streaming RPGMaker, so maybe I'll try Twitch at some point just to see about that, but I don't know. I wanted to figure out how to do it first and do all that. I don't know. I'm not sure how many people are actually even watching any of this stuff. I mean, my viewership on YouTube has gone way up, so something like 10 plus hours in the last, like, I want to say 8 days, but not including yesterday or today. Yeah, the Raytails just move really fast. They are quick. I think our basic attack needs to be stronger or something. Or block needs to be faster. I could make her block 2 seconds and let her move during part of it after she casts it. Or I could take out the animation, because the animation's what makes it take so long. Balancing based on animations is definitely a thing that I didn't think about. Where'd you go, Teddy? I guess remember that in Diablo they didn't really dodge a lot of the attacks either. It's hitting off that, isn't it? Yeah, okay, I need to fix this projectile. Like, there it was fine, but he has to spawn farther away from him. Alright, so... that's his damage check. Let me look at spawn pattern again real fast. Okay, so... it's under tools. Right here. So for 0, I made a better version. Got it. So we do 0, 3, and 3. So it'll pick a space that's within X or Y 3 of it and drop the thing there. And this way it won't hit off its own collider. But to be fair, the I tried through for a while and then just had to move really fast to get away from the enemy, and then I mean, that's an option too. I think I just copied the projectile of the anti-bells, and theirs already does that, so I really need to streamline the projectiles. There's so many of them, and there's certain behaviors they just need to all do. And here I am duplicating code quite a bit, and it's not very good. You shouldn't duplicate code all the time. You should be able to recycle common events and plug-in commands, not plug-ins, scripting commands to fix, to save that. All right, Big Teddy, where are you? There you are. Hello. I think his name might be too good now. Yeah, I think it's too good. I really do think 200 was actually what was the best one there, because he was hitting me just super far out of range there. Might take a 220. And then... Okay. You know, if I ever convince people that watching game dev is the way of champions, they can point out all the dumb mistakes I make too. Maybe that's the actual enjoyable part, where you just sit there and point out all the stupid things I'm doing. Maybe. I still get people asking which engine this is made in, and it's like, but it's made in MZ, I swear. Watch my many hours of stream showing that it is made in MZ. Some things are really easy to do in MZ, and other things are just not easy to do in MZ. Yeah, I don't know. It almost feels like he's too good. You know? You missed there. I think what I'll do is the levels where the boss is involved, you just fight the boss and the enemies are just coming after you, whereas on the other ones where there's no boss, you're going to collect all the items to unlock the area with the boss. That's probably pretty good. Because I really don't think these need to be there. You just spawn the boss in and it's just good to go. I must admit, New Teddy is pretty terrifying. Seems almost too terrifying for poor Papa here. I'm gonna check something here. With the way these projectiles handle, I only viewed for 11 seconds. That's 23 views, 11 seconds. I wonder if that was just counting me clicking to see if the thing was right or not. Maybe. Well, I'm gonna give the player a little more time than that. I don't need the particle anymore, I don't think. What was I doing? That's a good question here. What was the plan on this here? How are we going to nerf him a little bit so he's actually hittable, first of all? I almost think I want to maybe like every 3 seconds he does it. There needs to be some time. Like I'm building things on too fast of a time frame, and just, I need to slow my roll here. Not everything needs to happen the fastest possible. If I want the player to interact with it, it needs to happen at a reasonable speed. Instead of what's going on right here, which is not reasonable at all. Oh yeah, I was thinking of making multiple levels and then just having a collection thingy, and then a boss, and then a collection thingy, and then a boss. I'm just showing down the line. I'll probably just do 3 of the bosses, honestly, because I have 3 bosses made, so that's 6 levels. And I'll just use those types of enemies, which means the teddies, the Annabelle's and the Jack in the Boxes will just be in the prototype. But if that's the case, I need to make one additional level, one secret area or something. Also, the music ran out. Whatever. We'll change that in a second. Where is the teddy? Come to me, teddy boss. Supposed to trigger off of 2 of those being collected, but doesn't mean the teddy boss isn't just, faffing off and doing whatever the teddy boss wants to do. Now, these things are brutal. Teddy boss? Yeah, I don't know. Where are you, teddy boss? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing that. Let me fix the music here. So many tracks. Some of the names of these tracks. There is literally a track called What Crazy Boobs by Dark Fantasy Studio. Nice. I'm sure that's going to be a great one. Everything's instrumental anyway, so I imagine it's, other than its name, perfectly fine. Not that its name is really that bad of all the things you could have, but still. Yeah. Hmm. Am I making a 6th level right now? I mean, I could just copy story map 1 here. And then send her into story map 2, which is actually right here anyway. Yeah, I could do that. Let's see. Let's copy this onto story map 1 so I can find it easily. Let's just delete story map 2. This is map 18, so let's remember that. Copy that and then paste it. And it is 18, perfect. So if that's the case, then I'm going to put a portal right there. Let's remove this portal, right? So this is the attic 15, sure. Maybe down there so we can find it. Make certain it actually transports between the 2. Just fun. I'm going to recycle like crazy because I really don't want to make a bunch of maps for the prototype. Okay. Oh. Oh, I don't want that. I did it on the wrong maps problem. Let's see. Yeah, because this is 15, so... Okay, that's weird. Map 15, this is supposedly the same. This is map 15. And then on map 2, I'm going to have oops. Why, oh why is my portal not working? It's just right directly underneath that one. I'll migrate it over this way, I guess, a little bit. So this way it's totally not covered by anything. All right. No. All right, so what are you using here? Go to the title screen. This does this. $15, $20, $22, $0. What's the exit event look like? Once again, I made this complex thing that just doesn't need to be what it is. So Attic 1, I believe, is what I'm using. And to be fair, I set up a system for UE to do this, and it took like 20 minutes to set up. So this, I just had to do it a special way, and it sets up a lot of things more than just transporting between two locations like I did in UE. It just took a long time to set up in UE. So story mode's here, map builder. It's just checking combat there, but it does area setup variables 92 there. And what's the portal setup do? Let's see, portal setup, there you go. Alright, so if map 0, then it inner pictures the thing, but otherwise area, so that should be fine. The transfer area goes to that area, and the map is the first thing there. And then seem like area setup? Or area setup? Yeah. Now, where's the music decided? Area variables. So I think I just actually changed it to where it just says Attic 1, and it'll do the music for me, so I don't have to worry about it. That's probably what I need. Actually, that's just Attic, sure. And then on story map 2, I'll go to double check here. Okay, so the map's there. 15, and then we'll say like 220. Only 35 is the number that's on it, but we'll stick with it for now. Ugh. Streaming all these hours is much rougher than I thought it was. It's not used to it yet. I both enjoy it and sometimes don't enjoy it, depending upon if I need to be up early tomorrow or not. It's just like, this is so much fun, but is it? Why in the world are you playing a music track? Is it anything here? No. So for story map 1, somewhere I'm setting the music ID for that, and it's in the attic 1. It should be fine. Check my music box here. I mean, Enter the Nightmare is the thing. That file is still there. Yeah. Don't use any of these. Yeah. So unless that map would have some sort of special thing that's telling it to play music, but it shouldn't because it's literally a copy of the other map. And neither map has anything specific it's supposed to play on it. I don't think I have a setup specifically for if a particular map is being played. Why is music equaling 0 at that point? Wait a minute. There's a lot of dumb things I did in here along the way. I was wondering where that information was. And then oops. Now we're doing the whole hunt down bugs thing, which is kind of tedious, but you know. I guess I need 2 areas set up. I'm gonna do 6 there. Map builder calls it, and then setup 2 calls it 47 or 45.7, huh? What the world is this? It's like 45.7. I don't think I even use these anymore, do I? Maybe that fixes it. Maybe it's just secretly thus spawning those. That couldn't be the case, because then why would it load those on that map but on another? Somewhere I must be calling it specific for that map for 18, so I should probably be looking for 18 somewhere in my code. Yeah, looking for DFS creatures in the night. Seamless. But where in the world is that even a thing? The temporary map that's never going to happen. Yeah. I think it's somehow going to that map. Let me double check here. I don't know why. I mean, it's supposed to go to the other map, but maybe I have it messed up. Before I was going to do the 2D maps here, I had a jank temporary world map to see if it would work. I think it's going to that, and that's the problem. Yeah. Oh god, there's just all kinds of problems with this map. I don't know what's going on here, but okay, it doesn't really matter though. What we know now is that this is going to the wrong location. Which is odd that I didn't change that. Could have sworn I did, but here we are. Okay. Well, I figured that out. Good for me. I don't know why I even had music on a map at all. Do it a little bit. Alright, so the character needs to go way over at the start. About 20, I guess. I'll worry about remaking the area to look all cool and everything later. Let's see where the player is, but technically the player should be like right in front there. Let's see here. $20. Where's 20 on the map? It should be like way out here, right? Yeah, so 20 is like, well, actually. Oh, no. I guess that was at 35. Oh, I see it. It's putting it way down below the map. Why is 35 the number it's using then? It's like copied it from somewhere. So where do I want it? I want it 21. Okay. I could put that below the player. It's tempting. Okay, well that's not very efficient. Okay, so when they first enter a map, it does all these, but then story refresh doesn't quite trigger. So I have a variable that literally just says to spawn everything, or to switch it all back to all their first pages so it redoes all the images. So I'll give it 2 seconds to do that as opposed to, 1 second. Maybe it'll do a better job. Maybe it'll just break. Well, these all reset. No, they don't. What they're doing is they've all got built-in things to show if the player is close enough to do that. So what I'm seeing is the timing on this particular thing is wrong. Let's just trigger it way later in the thing. So much of my world is just me showing you images at the right time so you don't realize that there's basically just nothing there. I'm not using tiles or anything. But my reset for all the events is not quite working the way I intend, so. Wow, that's even worse. They actually didn't even reset that one. Why does area reset remove the things? That's strange. Didn't even come back. Huh. Oh wait. Like half of these using story refresh, the others are using an area reset. Oh my god. Well, that explains something. I mean, that should just be merged together into one thing, honestly. Oh, now I have to go through all of them and change it? Let's see which one's mostly used, and I'll just change the other one. Area reset. I didn't even look at that, I just saw what it did. Area reset. The portals use story refresh. World block doesn't use that though. I think it's just the portal that uses the story refresh, right? Oh yeah, I'm not even using that probably. This is a blank event just sitting there. Weird. Weird champ. Oops. These are definitely things where I just had an old system, and the old system just didn't really get removed entirely. A new system took its place that was a supposedly better system, but was it? Was it really? Sure doesn't seem like a better system. All right. Let's do a quick event searcher here, and we're looking for story refresh. Portal 3 on just in the common events there. And then map builder. So Yeah, definitely don't ever injure your back or something like that, because there are times just sitting here where I'm not very excited about life. And yeah, yeah. That takes a long time to heal if it ever heals. So my advice to you, don't injure your back. It's a good plan. I highly recommend it. There are many things that I recommend in life, but that is one of them. Let's migrate this over here. And yeah. Let's see here. Oh, 7 views, and I haven't actually done anything with it. Interesting. Okay. Oh, the portals are ready to put a more visible portal. So, yeah, 7 views during the stream. And look, it worked. Nice. Any errors I need to know about? Just the 2 that I haven't figured out how to solve ever? Got it. Works for me. Alright, I'm changing up this music to something that's more upbeat. This is driving me nuts with how just quiet it is. Bringing up more music. Do, do, do. Cosmic Music DLC pack? In the world? Eh. I'm just gonna go back to my future steampunk rather than mess with it. And maybe hunt down some additional music, because honestly, you know, I normally listen to Spotify, and Spotify doesn't exactly allow you to really just openly stream things. Well, I guess you could, but YouTube will have something to say about it. As you just get copyright strike after copyright strike, it's going to be a little rough, you know? So, okay, that works. And that means that continue refresh just doesn't need to exist anymore. I'm sorry, story refresh, and that's only a map builder. Actually, let's go there. So yeah, let's clear this one out. It's just something I needed to do. Wait, what? Okay, it just did an update. Got it. All right, so that'll allow for that. And then I think I go to the area setup here. And I'll just make one for Attic 6. I'll just go down the list. And I may just block off the other area so that there's nothing additional that can be spawned. Or like nothing, no other maps available, just the first 6. So the final boss, you'll go to a special room just for the final boss. Which I will mess with at some point to try to make neat and cool, but for now, it's just going to be that there. I don't need any of these other ones, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of them. Am I keeping my world map? I don't think I am. I really don't care that much. Maybe an intro map. It'll be an ending map. Or a story thing, I guess. I don't think I need this. I need the random maps. This map is unnecessary. It's just a copy directly from art. That's right. I have 9 random maps. That's my game. And then these maps here. I'll probably make a map for the dev logo. There's, of course, the event map with an image that I'm going to get rid of later, but it's just to help organize things because I'm not allowed to actually have pictures because the pictures will show up as I'm spawning things in, and that's not very efficient. So I highly advise against that. Yeah, it's interesting this stream's already had 7 views. I wonder where they're coming from, because I didn't post a link to this at all. In any location. It's just on my YouTube. It's crazy. I mean, they're not viewing for very long, like a few seconds, so clearly it's not that exciting, but, you know, that's how it is with these coding things here. Unless you're sitting here chatting with me, it's probably not going to be that exciting. Still, I know how I am with streams. I'll briefly view things and then just immediately go somewhere else, so it makes sense. It makes sense. I ain't taking it personally. I do the same thing. What are these events? Oh, these are the tiger kitties? Oh yeah, I decided to cut those in the voodoo dolls and the berries. So I had like 3 different enemy types that just aren't even here anymore. I think I'm only just going to use the 4 types at most. I might not even use the clown heads. Because I got to make the clown boss again because I took out Gal's map projectiles. Which was kind of efficient, but it really wasn't that great. It kind of played out weird, didn't look very good. I do a whole bunch of coding to make it even work at all, and I'm almost thinking the projectile should actually just use a distance calculator and not the impact calculator of the interaction thingies, because the interaction thingies are they cause them to hit off of things, whereas if the projectiles didn't have those and just went off map distance, it'd probably be a lot better. Plus they're a circle, so it's not like it's going to be that hard for it to just judge distance from that, from an epicenter. So I'll probably do that. Alright, so we're making levels here anyway. So for map 2, first let's put the portal a little farther out, I guess. Or even a little farther down or something, I don't know. And now right here. And I copied the fake event. Nice, good job, me. Attic 6, and then so Attic 6 will have this just to prove that it works. I need to do these like there were originally if you won it went to a new area, and if you lost it went back to the area where you came from, and it worked for the maps that I had in art, but this thing doesn't really use the maps like art does, so yeah. That's where today I'm a lot less focused on what I actually had planned, because I actually had a plan, and then the plugins didn't work, even though they worked right before the stream. So I was like, oh, okay. What's the new plan we're making tonight? Yeah, this was exactly what I had planned. Sure. No, it wasn't. It's just not how it is. Basically, I'm going to start fixing a lot of the weird things like that off stream, so I don't. So it's not like really boring. You'll probably explain code better to people too, but at the same time, I don't even know what to explain to people because no one asking any questions. So if there's people asking questions, it'd be a different story entirely. Okay, I just realized that my test for this required the music to be on for the game. Oops. My bad. So I literally just put on the music to see if it loaded correctly or not. That's all. Let's see. Ah, the exact music I was looking for. Well done, well done. No bosses will spawn though because it's Attic 6 has nothing figured out yet. Alright. Also no enemies will spawn because I have to set that up yet. And then I guess I can set up some variables to see if a portal is available or not. Okay, let's do a really quick down and dirty version. Um, but let's see where this is set up. This actually waits for you to actually get there. Everything's set up beforehand. This does not. So, should let's do this. Originally, I was gonna have a lot more locations, but nope. Prototype. Planning 6 areas. Wasn't gonna do 5, but I kind of want to have an area where you get to relax and kind of wander around and collect things, and then an area where you fight the boss. Or I guess the boss could just literally be maybe a collection fest there too. But I don't know. Collecting seems kind of less good because I mean, if there's a way to win without actually fighting the boss, that doesn't seem very cool. Right? I mean, it just seems kind of lame. You just run away from the boss the whole time. What is this art? Art does that where you just run away the whole time, and it's like, okay, cool, I guess, but is it? Is it really? Doesn't seem cool. Am I making this really hard for no reason? I might be. I'm doing an unlock. Actually, I had this set up just in case the player is ever small, but I don't actually ever use the small animation anymore, so it just doesn't seem that necessary. Anyway, back to that. Slide quiet. How loud that is for the people listening? Probably not that loud, which is fine. Okay, let's see what get self variable. This get self variable. Locked, actually. It's greater than or equal to, and then I'm gonna make a variable in a second for it. Just a global variable. Probably put them in the map ones, I guess. I want it separate. Sure. Area is unlocked, I guess. 249. Variable is not value 249. Anyone else? I kind of want the player to collect all the pictures to open the next one. So maybe they'll still collect all the things each level. Maybe I'm not going to use tarot cards. I don't know. I thought about just breaking all the pictures up into puzzle pieces and then doing that, having them collect all those, and it assembles them. And I might even have them display the pictures on the screens in the world map to show you what you've actually completed. Though that would only make sense if I was going to be able to go into multiple levels there. Is there yet? And then let's see, this is unlocked. Okay. I already recognize the mistake I made right there. This. Glad I looked. Okay, and then we're gonna go over to I gotta do this for all the portals. That's very unfortunate. Do I want to type it in here or do I want to type it in there? I guess I could just type it in here. Oh, that seems so tedious. Unlocked equal 0. So now for all the 0 ones, I won't have to actually set it at all. I can just type it like once here. This is why switch statement is so great. It's always going to be one lower than the amount involved, so. because otherwise the first one wouldn't even be unlocked. Oops, I copied it. So let's see here. We're gonna do this here, and then I think I have to have her have an unlocked option too. So our favorite little character in the pictures, Tinka here, is going to have an option to unlock stuff. Unlock. For some reason, I was just blanking on where it was. I was like, okay. So first I can test the lockout system, and then this will, well, let's see if it actually locks them entirely and lets me through on the regular map ones, which don't have an unlock set. And then once that, I can go individually test and see if these actually work. Well, I don't have to individually test, but I can always unlock the ones I need. I think I'm gonna put her in the center of the map because she runs to the character. She secretly runs really fast. She should actually just teleport, to be honest, but eh. Did I save that? Let's see. That's sad. I really wanted to use this music, but it just didn't work out. You know, I'll get a whole copyright strike because I tried to use it from the company who made it. It's supposed to display a backup message, right? Oh wait, I have a better idea actually. Let's see, and then on this here, if it's the right one, Then I want to remove locked. Then it just never even goes to the other page, so you never have to worry about it actually even bothering, you know? Which is good to go. Slowly but surely, my portal event gets more and more complicated. All this so I can have a pretty graphic. Okay. That's interesting. Ah, unexpected thing there. Missing. Okay, also I need to fix the music. I'll get to it in a second. Oh, I forgot, because I'm used to typing them outside of this. It doesn't need that, because it just auto-applies it in the first place. Okay. Listen, I was just gonna do silly things. Don't worry about it, it's fine. It's all good. Let me turn the music off. Just for that test, I really don't want to hear the same 5 tracks 400 times over the course of each evening, because it was terrible. That did not do as intended. 249, areas unlocked 0. And this should have been area 5. So where's my code flawed? Let's go ahead and use a console command. Console command. And see what it's saying. Because this should not be the case. Because this shouldn't be triggering true. And that is correct. I didn't have some sort of weird mistake somewhere in here. Well, I don't need to do it twice. It'll show me right there anyway. Oh, it's sitting unlocked forever. It is setting it as 0. Okay, Why is it setting it in 0? That's him a 0. Oh. And that, my friends, is because I am stupid. Yeah, I just forgot to put area there. It didn't even tell me that location wasn't even being used. Oh, nice. Good job, me. So a lot of my problems come from copying code, but a lot of the time I save comes from copying code too, so... Quite the double-edged sword. It's my fault for not actually being a little thorough in checking there. Okay, it still did it anyway. Did it error when I tried to enter the portal? No. Let's go on the list here. So game variable is 249. Is areas unlocked? And portal setup runs. Alright, so this portal setup. Portal setup takes the event object, which is of course this, not a problem. And then if it adds anything else, it does those. But map is equal to 0. However, it's switching area. That seems correct. But then we do a quick double check and make certain that it is in fact the right event. 154. Hmm. 154. Hmm. One other thing I want to note here. Bit of information I think I'm missing here. And then let's do area. Make sure this portal's not just breaking, but some of the other ones are working. Might be a good idea. Yeah, it triggers under picture anyway, so it's still going over to the other thing. Might be an issue with the game interpreter doing it. Oh, it still did it. So somehow it's getting over to this page. When does it happen? I get the feeling I'm missing something really stupid. It's 4:21 a.m., so, you know, I make a lot of coding mistakes around now. Usually my coding is done earlier in the day, my art is done late at night. Which, to be fair, art streams might actually be better anyway. Alright, well, it's open. Sure. Yeah, B immediately turns on. Yep. all these are is about figuring out exactly which information, like where the information is breaking. So and the problem with handing between all these different coding that people does is things are just kind of wonky and weird. Plus, ARM handles variables very poorly. As with most things, you're better off not using it. Am I typing these weird? Yeah, it's just GameMap.event. I'll undo that. Let's put this in here so I can see if it's actually coded, right? That looks fine. I think I remember why this error happens. Might be an issue with the no, actually that wouldn't be the case. It looks like my internet's having issues anyway, so I think I'm just going to call it for this point tonight, and I'll figure this out later because, well, if the internet's going to call it quits, not much point in streaming it. So, anyway, have a great night, everyone. I'll be back here tomorrow at 1 a.m. Pacific time to stream again. If for some reason you want to learn about anything I've done in the videos, just ask me, I'll tell you. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, have a great night.